make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass.
Knock it off!
The second half, we couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our totally kicked the
Knock
second
it off!
half.
We've got to be the dumbest team in America in terms of playing the game. And I'm highly critical because of the way we give games away. We give them away, period. And it's embarrassing. I represent that, and I apologize for that. That's the best we can do. That's a sad problem.
Knock it off!
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. Are you kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
Knock it off!
The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown them.
Knock it off!
But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
You play to win the game.
Knock it off!
Hello?
Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It is me, Mike Lepre, King Mike L. This is Legit Fantasy Football, brought to you by LegitPodcast.com. It is October 2nd, 2022. Let's see, you get 1, 2, plus another 2 is 4, plus another 2 is 6, plus another 2 is 8. I got nothing. 10 minus 2 is 8, minus 2 is 6, minus 6 is 4, minus 2 is 2. I don't know. I got nothing. Nothing for the math geeks. Joining me on this Sunday morning, Brother Ray. What's going on, Brother Ray?
What I get is 23 years of marriage.
Oh, wow. Is that your anniversary today?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. Isn't it weird how we have so many dates within a small, like, 10-block period? Because Dave's birthday was yesterday, along with Dad's.
Yeah.
And then me and Ray Corsini's dad, rest in peace, had the same birthday on the 21st now.
Crazy.
And then you're married for 23 years, and I've been married for 20 years. That doesn't seem right. The math don't seem right on that. The age difference to marriage difference, I feel like I might have got ripped. You know what I mean?
All I know is I think I'm supposed to be ready for parole. I haven't heard from my lawyer, but I would think after 23 years, right? Good behavior.
It is the worst contract ever signed by any man known to date. You sign everything. You just go, I'm going to sign everything I have away. Oh, by the way, before I bring Matt on, I ordered this through the Bill Belichick catalog. It's a ripped off hoodie. It comes out the sleeves. It's comfortable. I mean, you know, it's not the best looking thing in the world, but the Belichick collection is comfortable. Like you breathe. I don't know, something about it. All right, joining us. Hopefully he's done inhaling any kind of illegal substances. Mastradamus M1 Matt. What's going on, buddy? You silent type?
The only thing I'm here to do today
is talk slow.
Is with my first victory, side with my first victory of Thursday night. I've been wrong.
This is like watching, like, you know, when they try to make Godzilla?
Just hope to see Tua get back up to speed.
Shut off the Wi-Fi, will you please?
Shut
off the Wi-Fi on your phone. Just use your phone.
Yeah, we'll do.
All right. He's in the car, yeah.
Ray, I even forget what the Thursday night game is, if I'm being 100% honest. Oh, it was your Dolphins and the Chiefs. Your Dolphins and the
Bengals.
The Bengals. What do you think about that, Ray? I mean, that dude's kind of just. I wouldn't feel too. I mean, well, all right. What do you think about the Tua injury? Can I ask you about that before Matt gets back on? Let me ask you this: one, when he hurt his back. Now I know that your leg can give out from hurting your back, but tell me that didn't look like it was his head, especially the way that his legs gave the 2 games ago, and then he grabbed his helmet, and then it happened again, and he grabbed his helmet. That didn't bother you at all? And then they said, "Oh, he was clear. It was just back injury."
I mean, it all bothers me, but I think the bottom line is you had doctors assessing him at every single point in that game. after that game, for 4 days after that game, if the doctors screwed it up, you can't blame the team for that. I mean, as the coach, McDaniel has to say, listen, the doctors assessed him. If they tell me he's healthy, I have to put him in. That's what the doctors are there for. So to blame the team is crazy. Like, the doctors say he's okay to play. He goes in. I mean,
all right, but didn't you think he got his bell rung the first time? That's 2 games ago when they said it was his back. Didn't you think it was his bell that got rung?
Absolutely, I thought he got his bell rung. But if the doctors come back and say he's okay, and then they say he has a back injury,
Brother Ray, stop it.
The doctors,
Listen to me.
believe a bunch of pundits.
I care too much about you, Brother Ray, to let you do that, because we're all doctors, right? When we're speculating,
no, we're not.
When we're speculating what happened, we're all pretending to be doctors. But when we watched that game, just like King just said, we knew he had his bell rung, and all of a sudden it's his back. I've heard the back lock up, muscle spasms, this and that. I believe I know what I saw, pretending to be a PhD doctor, whatever, what have you. I believe, listen, right? There was a neurologist who came out before the game and said, we all know what we've seen. It's a crime that they put him out there, and it happened.
That neurologist saw no testing, did not even look at him. Making stuff up. That's another guy that just wants publicity.
And why did the doctors get fired? And why did the Miami doctors get fired?
No, it wasn't a Miami doctor, first of all. It was a neutral doctor that looked at him, and they didn't say why he was fired. They think he may have not done the right protocol, but he was checked 4 times later that week, Matt. 4 times.
I'm not worried about that game. So, all right. So that game, I had that. Well, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I actually had a question of doubt. Then he bangs his head in this game. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, because 2 brain injuries like that in a row could shut you down for a long time. Like, let's not even talk about how long. A brain injury like that, 2 in a row, back to back, could potentially shut someone down, especially when your fingers lock up. You were knocked out. That's being knocked out. We have all watched the UFC. When someone gets completely their lights knocked out, their arms lock up, everything just locks up like a board. That's what happens.
Posture. Yeah,
you're knocked out, unconscious. So, what do you think? What's going to happen with Tua? And then what do the Dolphins do in the meantime?
What's going to happen is they're going to follow the doctors. That's what you have to do. If the doctors say he doesn't play in 2 or 3 weeks, he doesn't play in 2 and 3 weeks. You're going to protect the player at every single point. Now, what happens if he doesn't play? Obviously, they're going to put Teddy. They're going to give him the first shot. They're going to give him a week to get a game plan and work with the ones. But they have a pretty good backup in Skylar Thompson. So if Teddy isn't getting it done, they could always go to Thompson. But guys, you have to follow the doctors in this case. And I'll be honest with you, I saw that play. I was right there. He's got to throw the ball away, guys.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what he was thinking, but he had a 320-pound guy coming at him. And the one hit about Tua that I don't like is he's too relaxed in that pocket. He does not sense the pressure. He doesn't sense the blind side. And on that play, you have to get rid of the ball. You're driving down the field. They were ready to take over that game. And
right. The Giants and Dolphins share that pain. Danny doesn't sense stuff a lot because he wants to hang in for the very last second. The only difference is with Danny is he's much, much bigger, and he gets hit on every fucking play. Daniel Jones gets hit on every play like Beetle Bailey. So, like, Tua just is a smaller guy. Smaller quarterbacks get hit by bigger guys. What happens? They get driven into the ground. It's the force of pressure. Unfortunate. Let us go through the games. Here we go. By the way, last week, we put up 7 locks. We said here there's 7 guaranteed games. We also said Atlanta was the lock of the fucking week. Well, Atlanta won, and we hit the first 5 out of 7. All 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games. We won, and we lost the Sunday night and Monday night. But, even going 5-2 on locks, you made a lot of money if you played them. That's just mathematics. Guys, let's start off with the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the New Orleans Saints.
Playing right now. They're playing
All right.
right now, King. 13.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention. I was trying to
Okay.
block out the real score so I can give it a real opinion. Saints are favored. Vikings are favored by 3.5. I like the Vikings early. I don't know what the score is now. I can show that I have it on my paper. Vikings with Mike. I'm not looking at the score yet. Ray, who do you like in this game and why?
I mean, I like the Vikings. I didn't pick it for this because I knew the game was going to be already in play. You just New Orleans, too many injuries.
Yeah, without a doubt. Matt, were you going with the Vikings on this?
More than you know, and I'm highly invested in them. I didn't like my survivor pick. There's only 14 guys left, and I did not want to take Green Bay because I just have a feeling. I have a feeling Green Bay's going to get red face. So right before this game, took Minnesota with the survivor pick. I think it's a 50-50 game. Of course, right now, it looks good. Where's the ball at, brother?
Let's see.
13-7 Vikings
13-7
in the third quarter.
I know that. Vikings.
It looks like Andy Dalton and
Fumble,
the Saints.
right. 42 yards to New Orleans 42.
Who's got the ball?
Minnesota. The Saints just fumbled.
That's good. Because
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, it's been
No. Yeah, it was recovered by Minnesota. Fumble by Minnesota, recovered by Minnesota. Oh, it was a punt, and then they recovered it. So yeah, they got the ball back. But no touchdowns from Cook. 11 for 35 on horrendous ground. I should have never started him.
Like Brother Ray said, the reason why I went with Minnesota is you got Michael Thomas out, Alvin Kamara out, Andy Dalton throwing the rock, who actually doesn't seem like he has any type of remnants of his days, even with Cincy or Dallas, when he kind of was a serviceable, manageable quarterback. He had 42 yards in the first half passing.
Red Rock is old.
And even the touchdown drive that they had, there was a lot of times when it was like magic to see them continue it on. So I went with Minnesota in the under, and I'm really hoping that pays out and turns out because took Minnesota in survival pool, and it's all about taking dirty teams early, shitty teams early.
I'm going to trust that we're all telling the truth, and we all went with the Vikings. We'll see how it turns
I got
out.
picked. I could show you my spread league and my survivor pool.
All right.
Let's go, Mini!
All right, next game, Ray. Then we'll start you with this.
Yeah.
The Titans versus the Colts. The Colts are favored by 3.5 at home. Right?
One of my locks of the day. Tennessee has won the last 3 out of 5, and they've won the last 3 in a row. They're getting 3.5. Love Tennessee today. Take the Titans plus the 3.5, and I'll go with the under on this.
So before I kick this over to Maddie, that also is one of my locks of the day. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 5 or 6. And this is an upset. This is Titans win the game. Never mind the 3.5. Just so we're paying attention on this one.
I agree.
The Colts aren't weathered like the Titans have been. Matt, what do you think of that game?
I wouldn't go as far as saying it's an upset, but I am on the train. I am on board, which is absolutely, I agree. I think Tennessee's a lock. I think that they beat up on the Colts. I think Colts found themselves against KC, but what do we know about KC? We don't know much about KC, and I think that victory over KC tells us more about KC really not being able to move the rock since they play the horrible, horrible Arizona defense. So I think that it's Tennessee. I do. I like it a lot. I love Tennessee today. What's the over-under?
It is 43.
It's going to be a tough one, but you know what? I like the under.
I like the over for some reason. I'll be the only one. All right. I'll take the next game. The Bears travel to New York to play the Giants. Over-under is 38.5. So here's what I'll say about the Giants. The Giants are a better football team right now than the Bears. That's a fact. The Giants have a better quarterback right now than the Bears. The Giants have a defense that will play better than they did last week against the Bears. The Giants have an offensive line that was publicly humiliated in New York for a week. They will play better. Saquon Barkley will run the ball, and you're going to have starting receivers such as David Sills, Richie James, and Kenny Golladay, who I am going to predict right now has his first 100 receiving yard day for the New York Football Giants, as the Giants look to make Kenny Golladay look like $1 million before they trade him. Trust me, the ball goes to Kenny Golladay for 100 yards in this start. It's just going to. I like the Giants to win by 3. Ray.
Unfortunately, I have to disagree. I have to take Chicago here. I think Herbert as the starting running back. And by the way, please put him in DFS. Please pick him up if he's available. He should be gone in every league. I think Chicago's better with him at running back. I just see Fields. It's going to be an ugly game, and I think they're going to try and run the ball. The Giants don't have many answers at wide receiver, and I think that's the big issue right now.
Who do the Bears have?
Again, Velus Jones back today. The receivers haven't been the problem. They have Mooney. The problem has been Fields. Now,
so my point is, though, Ray,
is he
they're the
gonna figure
same
it
sort of shit. It's the same sort of shit sandwich. Like, in other words, they're both good quarterbacks that can run for first downs if have to. Right?
That's why I'm taking the 3. That's the only. They're both bad teams. I'm taking the 3. I think the Giants' defense is a good start today, to be honest with you, in DFS for cheap until Fields can prove himself. But I have to take the 3 in this one with Chicago.
All right, 3 points did it for you. All right, Matty, do you?
I got the final score for you. It's 13 Bears, 10 Giants. That's what the final score will be. It's probably going to be a push.
So then just push. You're not going to bet it?
If I would, I would take the Bears. But I think it probably ends up. I mean, this is a story of 2 teams of struggling offenses. But if we're going to talk about limitations, I think that the Giants have shown that they're more limited than the Bears, and that's hard to say. I think you got the Bears scoring 19 points in a monsoon against the San Fran defense. I don't think the Giants could say they didn't.
I'll take that than going up against the Cowboys defense with those freaks coming off the edges with their ears pinned back. That Dallas pass rush, just for the record, is phenomenal. It was phenomenal before they had Micah Parsons. It was phenomenal before him. DeMarcus Lawrence was phenomenal before that.
But so what's the excuse he's going to be when the Bears beat the Giants today?
You'll see a different team today, my friend. You're not going to see the same Giants as last week.
Bears in the under.
Hung in there for a while. They hung in there for a while with those Cowboys. That Cowboy team is not to be played with. There's really good talent on that team. It's just a fact.
I don't disagree.
All right. I'm telling you. All right. Bills, Ravens, Matt. Bills, a lot of 3-point games. Bills favored by 3 going to Baltimore. Over under 51.
This is such a lock. Josh Allen and the Bills are going to this is a get-it-right game, and we've seen Lamar Jackson look good, and he can look good today. I don't think he's really going to against that Bills defense. Bills defense, you want to talk about for real. Bills defense is for real. The Ravens defense is not. So if you can make Mac Jones look good, what do you think Josh Allen is going to do to that Baltimore defense? So fire up Josh Allen in DFS. I love the Bills with 3. I think the Bills win by a touchdown, 10 points.
Ray?
We have the Bills -3, correct? That's the spread?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going with Baltimore this game. I'm taking the 3. I like them at home. I don't think the Bills get the ship right this week. Gabriel Davis is back. That's great. I like Baltimore in this.
I like the Bills. I think the Bills are a better team, and I think 3 points is a mirage. That means basically they're even because they're in Baltimore. I'm going to go with the better team when that comes down, and it's going to be Buffalo. All right, Ray. Chargers travel to Houston. I want to jump in on this one first because every now and then I like to do that. Chargers are favored by 6. The over-under is 45. And the reason I want to go first, Ray, is I want to ask you why I think the Texans might win this game. I'm being serious, too. I feel like the Texans have a chance to be in this game to win it. So, therefore, I'm taking them with the spread. But I truly believe the Texans have a chance to play and be in this game with the Chargers. Your thoughts?
Chargers are one of my locks. I love them -6. I'm going to take if it's less than a touchdown. I think Houston has played well. in spurts, but let's be honest, it hasn't shown up in the win column. They've covered a couple of weeks, but I like the Chargers in a true bounce back fashion today. I'll take them minus the 6 at Houston.
Matt, just for record, there's a reason it's only 6. There has to be a reason it's only 6. And that's what I think danced to me when I saw that. And I'm like, Texans will stay in this. Matt?
I got to go with the Chargers. I think their defense is going to give Davis Mills and the Texans fits. And minus Keenan Allen, I still think Hebert's going to get it right or at least score more points than Davis Mills and the Texans. So I got the Chargers.
That's going to be a fantastic game to watch. Sarcastically. Ray, Seahawks go to Detroit City. Hopefully the Seahawks players are not robbed of their goods. The game is 3.5 spread for the Lions. Over under is 48.5, 48 even. Who do you like?
This is a crazy game. I think I would stay away from this game, just off the top of my head. But Detroit's without Amon-Ra St. Brown, no DJ Chark, and no Swift. Hawkinson's playing. He's hurt. They're going to roll out Khalif Raymond and Quintez Cephas today, folks, at wide receiver to go along with Josh Reynolds. I still like Detroit in this, though. I know Seattle's getting 3.5. I will not bet this game because Seattle has given it to me several times this year when I thought the other team was a lock against them. Say what you want about Geno Smith. They're always competitive. I'm going to begrudgingly take Detroit in this, giving 3.5, but that half point petrifies me.
Matt, I have the Seattle Seahawks winning this game, or covering the spread at least, should I say. Ray just gave a good explanation, but he also gave a good explanation as to why you can take the Seahawks. So I'm rolling with the Seahawks. Matty, who do you have?
I absolutely love the Hawks today. Geno Smith is playing out of his mind. And he's going to do so again against probably the worst defense in the league. And Detroit, like Brother Ray said, has nobody. So Amon-Ra St. Brown is their big playmaker. It's no coincidence since he came along. They just started to open up everything. So I think he's a sorely missed player today. Nobody to really fill it out. Swift is a very, very exciting player. He's going to be missed. So go with Seattle. Feel very comfortable about that. And the reason why Brother Ray said what he said, he's like, this is one to stay away from. There's been often games where I've walked away from because I felt the other side.
Yeah, if you don't feel on, if you can
convince
yourself either way, then you shouldn't bet it. You know what I mean? If you can keep convincing yourself either way.
I think it's more along the lines of you feel the other side, yes, so you walk away from it, but you should have took the other side.
All right. So hey, Brother Ray, I want to tell you this. I was looking through all my cards, separating different things, and I found the Don Shula card. I didn't know he had a card. It was fun.
Put that in plastic.
Yeah, and you know what? Too, they keep every year they make Marino. Like for some reason they keep making Marino. Like Matt, you know how they do that? They make the old guys still too. And I keep getting them on clear. I keep getting them on clears though. Like when it's clear, it's just like him, and then there's like the card is really nothing. It's just like a weird background. So it's like I get this thing about Marino. I keep getting Marino cards. It's messed up. It really is messed up because he's like the only old time guy I get. All right, Jets, Steelers. I'm going first on this one. Now I've had a couple of locks before. I'm going to go down with this one too, and I hope I don't go down with the ship. But I'm taking the Jets plus 3.5 to beat. Let me repeat this: to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers today, and an outright upset. I think the Jets have a young nucleus that is starting to gel, and you have a Steelers team that really doesn't understand where their future lies. They don't know where they're going to go. Like they just don't quite know how's this gonna all work out? When's Pickett? Like, what's gonna happen next? Like, they haven't started their ascension, whereas I think the Jets have. Matt,
I'm on the opposite end. This is them getting Zach Wilson back and going into Pittsburgh. I don't like it. Not for Zach. I think that this is Pittsburgh not only covering the spread but beating them pretty good. Zach Wilson, it's been the same thing. I think we're going to see what we saw last year. You know, Joe Flacco running the offense better than he could, which is not a good sign for the future of the Jets organization.
Ray?
I have to agree with Matt, and for the same reasons. I mean, it's all about Wilson. If Flacco's playing this game, I'm probably taking the Jets if I'm getting 3.5 and Flacco's playing in this game, but he's not. And until Wilson proves that he can lead this team this year, coming off an injury, I have to take the Steelers at home, even though it's 3.5, even though they looked miserable last week. Until I see Wilson play, I have to go with the Steelers.
So my thing is, I have faith in Zach Wilson. I actually do. I think the kid's better than everyone gives him credit for. And I think it's just his face. I keep saying that. It's his baby boy, paper boy face. I don't like the Steelers where they're going, and I like the Jets where they're going. So
King, you know what old evil I used to say to me before every gig? You'd say, never have sex before a gig. And now we know the cat is out of the bag with Zach Wilson. He is bagging and dragging, and he's not lagging. So I think it's more of he's exhausted by the time he gets to the game.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
He told you not to do that before a show?
All the time. All the time. Hey, listen, one of his golden rules, never, ever, ever, ever wrestle before a show. Yep.
Wrestle?
Yeah, no, never wrestle.
That's because he was afraid of you hurting him. You used to punch him.
Yeah,
that's why the rule was there, Matt.
I was violent. You know, listen, even in the Bible, it talks about fire and brimstone and beating your slave and stuff like that. People get very upset. You know, sometimes you got to get these guys in order. Without order, there's disorder. You know?
Wow, right? Matt, you would have made it about 2 minutes in SOC. We would have been stomping on your head like a watermelon because every one of us has got a bad attitude. We would have been like, who the fuck? Next thing stomping on you before Matt. No, and no sex before a game or a show is bullshit. I'm here to tell you it's bullshit.
No, you got to have your head in the game.
Yeah, all right. If that takes enough out of you where you can't perform at a peak level, please.
Listen.
Right?
One name.
Oh, no, Mickey.
Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He did it more than one time before a game. During halftime, smoking cigarettes. I thought you were going to go all Mickey on me and go, women, legs.
No.
All right, next game. Ray, the Jaguars go to Philadelphia. Philadelphia's favored by 6.5, playing the Jaguars with an over-under of 45.5. Who do you like, Ray?
I don't know if it's by equilibrium. Maybe my wife, for my anniversary, slipped some type of Mickey in my coffee this morning. I'm taking the Jags plus the 6.5 points.
Ray, in my locks of upsets today, where I have a couple of I've already mentioned so far that are winning outright, I also have the Jacksonville Jaguars fucking winning in Philadelphia today against these Eagles. I can't wait till the Eagles see these Jaguars and they realize there's teams outside the NFC East. You know what I mean? It's like the big bully on the little schoolyard. He goes to like this gigantic schoolyard. He's like, what the? And he gets his ass kicked. That's going down today. That's
big revenge game. Big revenge game for Peterson.
Yes, it is. Matty?
I'm surprised you haven't said the douchebag factor because Brother Ray just said it right there. This team, Jacksonville, has bought in and they are sold and they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight for Doug Peterson today. Doug Peterson is everything to do with the turnaround of Trevor Lawrence. And you know, I've been ringing the bell of the Jaguars for weeks. I don't think that they win this game today. I do have them covering the spread. I love the 6.5. I think that people are starting to look at Philly covering spreads. Jacksonville still kind of, not being taken serious. They covered the spread today. I'm not sure they win the game. I don't think that they can go into Philly and win, but they're going to give them hell.
All right. Ray, next game, the Commies go to Dallas. Dallas is favored by 3.5. I'd like to lead as your NFC East whisperer. And I'm going to say to you this. On paper, it looks like an easy win for the Cowboys by 3.5. On paper, it looks like an easy. They should win by 3.5 games. However, this is the NFC East. The Commies will beat the Cowboys today. That's just how the NFC East goes. The parity is constant. The Commies beat the Cowboys outright. That's my call. Right?
Same thing. I love Washington in this game. Dallas has proven nothing. The Giants should have had them last week. If the Giants played sound football and could actually block number 11, they would have won the game last week. I think Washington's going to figure that out. I think Ron Rivera will figure that out. They always play Dallas tough. It doesn't matter what year, what age, what decade. Give me the 3 points. I'm going to go with the under in this.
Matty?
Washington doesn't have Evan Neal blocking and having technique problems in his head. So I'm with you. I got Washington win the game outright. It's been in my mind all week. It's also going to be where a lot of the public probably backs Dallas and gets red face, has the carpet pulled from underneath them.
Washington, a lot of people bet Dallas. It looks too good to be true. The way Dallas has been handling people and the Commies are just, All right.
Take Washington money line and do it with confidence.
Last one of the 1 o'clock games, Ray. Browns go to the Falcons. Browns are favored by 1, over under 47.5. What do you like?
I think my best call of this game is going to be the over. I really like the over in this game. You know what? You guys know I love Atlanta. I mean, I love the makeup of that team. I love what Arthur Smith is doing. They play hard. You pretty much every week. Every week, not so much. I mean, they did come back and they almost won that game. I'm going to go with the home cooking. I'm taking the point, and I'm going to go with the over.
Yeah, I think it's crazy because I totally 100% agree with you. I love the Falcons in this game. I think the Falcons are just a better team than the Browns. And you know what? They're not winning every game, but they're a team that can hang in there. And you can see the weapons. Like, you can see what they're capable of. And the defense is not a joke.
Brother Ray, can we get a score check on the game?
Yeah, hold on. I'm sorry.
It is 16-14. Minnesota only up by 2.
How much time left in that game?
They're in the 4th.
2:48 in the third.
In the third.
Who's got the ball?
How much who scored for the Saints? Hold on. Latavius Murray scored. And then you get Andy Dalton throwing 1-2. And I don't know who it is.
Yep.
All right. Still nothing yet for Dalvin Cook or Adam Thielen. All right. No, thank you, guys. All right.
Where's the ball right now? Who's got the ball?
It's a second. It's 4. I think it's going to be 4th and 8 on the Minnesota 7. Oh, no,
Minnesota has the ball.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 2, right, Ray? Now?
Third and 2? They just got 6, so
4th and 2?
Yeah, 4th and 2.
All right. Let's go over the games we all agreed upon, guys, at 1 o'clock. We all agreed upon the Vikings, which I guess doesn't kind of count, but we'll see how it plays out. We all agreed upon the Titans, and then we all agreed upon the Jags, the Commies. And Matt, you took the Falcons, didn't you?
Yeah,
Matt?
I'm going with the Falcons.
I didn't know if you. I thought I heard you say it. All right.
Did you take Jacksonville or did you take Philly? You took Jacksonville, right?
Of course he did.
Yeah, you took Jacksonville to win.
We have 5 agreements at the 1 o'clock, gentlemen. Am I right? The Vikings, Titans, Jags, Commies, and Falcons. We're all in agreement?
Yep.
All right. So that's the first 5 locks for the first games. I want to go over some really quick though. I want to pull this up because it's remember I told you last week how we didn't We didn't play our own 5 friggin' early games like as a parlay, like we should have. But so I wanted to go to this one real quick. Give me 2 seconds. What I did basically is it's all of the teams that I like for upsets. So I have the Titans to win their game. Okay. I have, I guess the biggest one is the Texans to win their game. I have the Seahawks to win their game. I have the Jets to win their game, the Jaguars to win their game, and the Commies to win their game. So I have the Titans, Texans, Seahawks, Jets, Jags, Commanders. Out of the ones we all agree on so far, the Titans are there, the Jags are there, the Commies are there. Ray, what do you think of my odds on hitting that 16 parlay? Honestly, Titans, Texans, Seahawks, Jets, Jaguars, Commanders.
The only team, again, Detroit, I picked Detroit, but it could very well go the other way. And the only other team I'm a little questionable is Houston. Other than that, everyone else you've picked, I'm with you.
All right. So, Matt, $10, a $10 bet. Think low, but what do you think the payout is for those 6 teams? $10.
Probably around $3,000 to $4,000, maybe $5,000.
4,700.
Yeah.
If those 6 teams win, it's $4,700.
To
me, that's a decent bet to take because there's actually a chance for it, right? Those 6 teams could upset the other ones. We've seen it happen. So it probably won't come true. That's why it's called betting. But that's one of the ones that I'm going to ride with. All right, going on to the 4 o'clock games. So we can break these down for everybody. Ray, the Cardinals go to the Panthers. This game bores me just to even talk about it. And I don't know why. These just 2 teams. I have no time for right now. But the Cardinals are favored by 1. And it's 43.5. Who do you like?
I have Arizona getting 1. But either way, the Cardinals are a lock of the week. Lock of the week. Rondale Moore back in the lineup. Forget Greg Dortch. I love Arizona in this game. Carolina should not be favored over anybody. That was an ugly display last week. They have not proven anything. That defense is solid, but I love the Cardinals this week. Love.
I also have the Cardinals by 1. And the reason I have it is because right now they're favored by 1. But either way, Panthers stink. They stink. And the Cardinals aren't great, but man, they should be better. You know what I mean? That's what I keep saying to myself. I don't keep saying, the Panthers should be better. I just keep saying, the Panthers stink. Cardinals should be better. So a 1-point spread, give me the better team. I'm going with the Cardinals. Maddie?
It's so scary to me. This one feels like a trap because I'm with you guys as well on the Carolina, on Arizona. But I feel like anybody can score on Arizona's defense, and that goes for Baker Mayfield and the Panthers, who are absolutely horrible this year on offense. And I think you go with the team that has the more dynamic player, and that's Kyler Murray, who's an electric player. And I don't think the Carolina Panthers have anything like that. So C-Mac's going to play, but he's probably just kind of a decoy out there. He's always injured. And when you don't have C-Mac, I don't think you have Baker Mayfield trying to get any direction or fluidity for offense. So you go with Arizona.
All right, so we're all in agreement on that one. So then, Ray, let me come back to you on this one. The Broncos go to the Raiders. Raiders are favored by 2.5. Over under is 45.5. I want to lead on this one. I don't see how the Broncos are only underdogs by 2.5. Like, am I wrong in thinking that the Raiders are that much better than the Broncos right now? Like, I think they're easily better than 3 points. So I'm going to go with the Raiders, right?
I'd love the Broncos with this. The Raiders should not be favored over anybody right now. I don't understand. I mean, I know they're home, but their defense has been atrocious. And you know what? I think Russell Wilson, DFS today, is a really good bet. I think he's going to wake up today, and I think you're going to see the old Russell Wilson. I love them. I love their defense. I haven't seen anything yet. I mean, the owner of the team had a sit down with Josh McDaniels this week. I mean, what does that tell you? He is already on thin ice, and they're not buying in. But all those weapons, they should be so much better. I like Denver in this game getting to 2.5. Jump on them with the money line.
Yeah, I think the Raiders snap in. But all right, Matt, what do you think?
Absolutely not. I couldn't disagree more. And what I came down to, my conclusion of this one was why the spread was the way it was his coaching. I think Hackett is an awful. He can't hack it. He's absolutely awful in the NFL, and so isn't McDaniels. But when it comes down to it, I think that McDaniels versus him is basically what the line is, and I think that the Raiders get their first win today.
I already said I am with the Raiders. I just think they're a better team than the Broncos. Matt, we'll start with you on this one. The Patriots have the Packers come to town. Right now, it's still 9.5.
No, they're in Packers. They're in Green Bay.
All right. I'm sorry. They go to Green Bay, even worse for you. Minus 9.5. What are your thoughts on your team?
I'll tell you right now, right? I started out the show by saying I took my survivor pick off of Green Bay and I put it to Minnie. And I think that there's going to be a lot of people jumping on Green Bay with the points and expecting to just trounce the Patriots, and Hoy is not going to produce. I could see New England winning the game outright. I'm definitely sure they're covering the spread. Bill has always covered Aaron Rodgers well. I think he's going to defend him well. We've seen that the Packers offense has had kind of points of struggling. We've seen them show out this year too, but I don't believe that's going to happen today. So I think you're going to have first of all 10 points, and any shop will jump on a 10-point spread. The Patriots aren't as bad as the spread tells us they are, and Green Bay isn't as good as the spread tells us they are. And Brian Hoyer is not going to be that big of a deal of a difference between Mac Jones and Brian Hoyer. So
you like the Patriots? I
love the Patriots today with the points. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Ray, I like the Packers in this game. I think the Packers are going to be too much for the Patriots. They're going to have to an early lead and turn this really ugly, really fast. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think sometimes we look at Bill Belichick and we look at the history and we say, there's no way the Patriots should be 10-point underdogs to anybody. They'll be in the game. They'll keep it close. Again, I think we're going on history. Last week, Baltimore in that fourth quarter, that was a Bill Belichick team I've never seen. Having said that, I'm still going to take the points with the Patriots in this, but this very well could be a 30-0 drubbing. And then Belichick is going to be, having 2-minute press conferences all week where he's just skipping all questions. But I'm going to take the 9.5 points because that's the smart thing to do. I think Hoyer's good enough to at least keep it close.
Let me tell you something why it's going to happen, and I would even take the Patriots and the under. The Packers stay in a 2-safety high, and they never come down. They don't deal with the run well. Patriots are going to run the ball. And they're going to do that until you stop them from running the ball. The Packers are never going to do anything but 2-safety high. They're going to allow it's like a Bill Belichick versus Bill Belichick. The Packers don't get out of the 2-safety high. They're not going to allow it to play to happen behind them. But watch when the Packers play their defense. They don't break it, and the Patriots aren't going to break their offense and their game plan. What they do, they're going to run the ball down the Packers' throat today.
So you're both in on with the Patriots?
Reluctantly. I think it could very well be a 30-0 blowout, but
yeah, I'm staying with my Packers. Not my Packers, but my pick. I just don't see how the Patriots are going to even score. All right, you guys, Matt, Ray. All right, Chiefs go to the Bucks. Brady and his new face, his brand new face. The Bucks are favored by 1 right now, Ray. Who do you like?
Don't look too much into this game. Just use your eyes. I love Tampa Bay just giving 1 to this team. Kansas City proved last week they have no weapons at wide receiver. They can't run the football. Their defense, suspect at best. Tampa Bay's getting healthy. Give me Tampa Bay -1.
Maddie.
This is like the Ferrari versus the nursing home. Okay. So I've been looking at this spread all week, and I'm sitting here looking at it like the public already likes to bet on both these quarterbacks, but they're going to be looking at Tampa Bay at home, getting their guys back. They need their guys back. Tampa Bay's defense is absolutely for real. The only way I believe Tampa Bay can win this game is if they give fits to KC in the offense, which I expect them to. I think the under could hit in this game. I think that is really honestly the best bet of the game. But yeah, but I love KC just because they've been at the losing side in big games against Tampa Bay, especially the Super Bowl. But I think that this is a get it right point for Patty Mahomes to finally get a W over Tom. I don't think all is well in Tampa Bay, and I think that the KC Chiefs, as much as Brother Ray was saying, they're struggling to find targets. I think they will.
So Matt, you're with the Chiefs.
Yes, sir. In the under.
Ray, I had already previously picked this game. When I looked at this game, I did exactly what you said when you first started. I just looked at the two teams, cleared my mind, and pictured them playing football, and I had the Chiefs winning because it's only 1 point. If this is like 2 or 3, I'm probably going to go with the Bucks. But I can see the Chiefs winning by 1 or 2, winning the game outright. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
This line makes you go with Tampa Bay. It's telling you to come. It's telling you to put your money on Tampa Bay, and that's why I feel KC.
I'm with it. I'm with it. All right. The Sunday night game, Ray, will be. It seems like this game is on a game that's on every week. I swear to God, game's on every week. The Rams play the 49ers in San Francisco. Frisco is favored by 1. Over under is 42. Ray, who do you like?
Yeah, this is the Monday night game. The Bucks game is actually the Sunday night game. But
my bad.
No worries. I think the 49ers last week left a really bad taste in my mouth. I mean, like they pretty much I don't know. It just was an ugly game. I'm taking the Super Bowl champions here. They're getting 1.5. I'm taking the Rams here.
Maddie, who do you like?
I don't know if you guys know this, but I was a chess master. And when you play against players, you just know what they're going to do, and you have an answer for them every single time. It didn't matter what they did. If they, you beat them because you just are better than them, or you outmaneuver them. It's X's and O's, and that's what we have. And that's the reason why the 49ers are the favorites. And you want to go with the Rams. People are going to go with the Rams, and they're going to be red-faced. 49ers, lock it, take it to the bank. 49ers are going to do what they always do, and that's what they do is they beat the Rams.
All right. Ray, you went the Rams. Maddie went the 49ers. I had already picked, and I will stay with them. I am taking the Rams. Again, my reasoning is they're the better team. They're just the better team right now. That's just what I believe. I'm going with the better teams. Guys, for any game after 1 o'clock that we agreed upon, there was just one. It was the Raiders.
I had Denver. In that.
Oh, you did? So we don't have an agreement for the 4 o'clocks. Not a single one. All right. So then our 5 locks that I will be putting up on the site are the Vikings, Titans, Jags, Commanders, and Falcons. Right? Do you do fantasy advice, says Fame Tiger? Yes, we do, sir. I don't know if I saw this too late for you. All you have to do is hit the like and subscribe button. Ring the bell for notifications. We'll give you all the advice you need. Now, Ray, before we get into fantasy advice, I'm just going to reiterate one more time. The picks I will be putting up on the site are the Vikings, Titans, Jags, Commies, and Falcons. However, the 16 parlay that I am putting up of upsets, dogs, we'll call the Kings dogs. Titans, Texans, Seahawks, Jets, Jags, Commanders. $10 wins $4,700. I feel actually decent with that bet. Ray, what do you got for us on the fantasy side of stuff?
Fantasy, I really like Russell Wilson today. I think in DFS, you play him. I think he's pretty cheap. I also think Jared Goff is going to have a decent fantasy day today. He's got, all his starters out, but they're going to have to throw the ball, I think, in that game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I also love Jamal Williams in that game. Even if he doesn't have 100 yards, he's going to get the carries. He's going to catch the ball. He's going to be the bell cow without Swift. So I think him and Khalil Herbert with the Bears, I think it's a really good start. He had 150-something yards last week and 2 touchdowns. By the way, Montgomery's never had that much yardage in a single game. Pick him up if he's available. He shouldn't be. I love Rondale Moore coming back this week. They talked all offseason about getting him involved and making him be their secret weapon. I think you're going to see that today. Look at Greg Dortch and add somebody who's got a lot more talent. I think Rondale Moore is going to have a great, great day today, probably 11 targets. Devonta Smith. I told all of you guys before the season, the number 1 wide receiver in Philly was not going to be A.J. Brown. And guess what? Right now, it's Devonta Smith. Go ride with Devonta Smith because he's still cheap in DFS. Drake London, another guy who's continually cheap in DFS. He's averaging over 8 targets per game, and he's the number 1 receiver right now. I know Pitts woke up last week, but London is the guy that he's going to, Mariota. I love Hawkinson today. Without those weapons, as long as he plays, Goff is going to target him. He got off the snide last week with a touchdown. He's very, very cheap. And team defense, I love the Giants this week. Fields has not proven it yet. This could be the game he breaks out. The Giants are getting healthier on defense. I think you're going to see them take advantage of that today.
I agree with a lot of that. I think the Giants will take advantage. I got a question for you then. I'm rolling with the wide receiver from God damn it. The Raiders. The kid that for some reason has, what's his name?
Mac Hollins. Mac Hollins?
Yes. Yep. Do you feel comfortable with him over like a Corey Davis?
I mean,
I'm starting
say Corey Davis without any question. I mean, with Zach Wilson, there is a question mark there. I would probably go Corey Davis, though. As long as Renfro's not in, Hollins will get targeted. But I would go Corey Davis. I would go Corey Davis in that one.
What's funny is I'm starting Lazard, Thielen obviously going now. Waddle already went. But I'm going to put I think I'm going to start Mac Hollins over Corey Davis. No, because Jacoby Myers is hurt, and then Macaulay Hardman. I don't know. I get a feeling about this kid, Mac Hollins. Like they're throwing the ball. Like his targets are stupid. So it's like, gotta roll with that. And then my other issue that's been killing me in fantasy football is Travis Etienne. Us Etienne owners are like, what the Christ? Like, give him the ball. You know what I mean? Just give him the ball. It's like, So I got like him and a guy like a Dontrell Hilliard or J.D. McKissick who always steal like at least 4 points, which kind of is what Etienne ends up with. But like you said, Etienne's more of a stud, and he's got more of a boom potential. So
every week he's getting more and more of the share. Every week. It's only a matter of time before he explodes for a big play. He's getting more carries each and every week.
I would agree to that. It's definitely the production has definitely gone up. Let's see. Let's get over to fantasy. What else? What else do we have to offer?
I mean, again, I think you're always looking for key injuries here. Like a Khalif Raymond might be a good start today. I mean, Josh Reynolds will probably get targets because he knows Goff from their days with the Rams. But Khalif Raymond could be someone. I mean, he played well replacing Amon-Ra last year in that slot position, and we know Goff likes to go there as opposed to the deep ball. Khalif Raymond could be a very sleepy pick up, start today.
I know. Am I muted? Hold on a second.
No, I can hear you.
All right. So the Giants have to throw the ball to somebody. They have to today. You know that, right? He has to throw it to somebody. So what I'm going to tell you is this. I'm going to say it again. Leading the team in reception will be David Sills. But the guy with 100 yards is Kenny Golladay. Daniel's gonna 50-50 ball that kid at least 3 or 4 times this game. Mark my words, because they're trying to show what Kenny can do well. They want to get as much value as they can. They're going to eat so much, right? One of his things kicked in on the first of the month. He got another $4 million. It's like he's $11 million against the cap next year. Like, you got to trade him and then take like a hit, eat like $4 million of it, and just get rid of him. Maybe even give somebody a draft pick and Kenny to take like a later draft pick just to get him out because his attitude's horrible. So, but Golladay, expect him to have one great day today. I'm telling you, he just kind of has to. Other that around the league, Ray, as far as the top 3 running backs, and someone goes, "Who's the best 3 running backs in fantasy football?" But without you thinking, you just say, "Who?"
I mean, start with the Colts.
JT.
You have to go with JT. I'd probably go Nick Chubb. Right there. I mean, I think you have to go with Nick Chubb. Third, I mean, I want to say Dalvin Cook, but
Derrick Henry.
He's nicked up, or Henry. But I mean, Cook right now, they're not running the ball like they have in the past. I'd have to go with Derrick Henry just because he's Derrick Henry.
Where does Saquon fall into that conversation now after you've seen him a couple games?
I mean, he's ascending. I think he's top 10. The problem is that offense right now. I want to see him catching more balls out of the backfield when they're behind. That's where JT separates, because even if they're down, he's going to catch the ball out of the backfield, even with Himes on the roster. I think with Barkley last week, we saw him get better. It only takes 2 chunk plays from him to kind of get that fantasy yardage back. But I think you got to be on a good team. If you're a fantasy running back, you could be a fantasy wide receiver on a bad team and be very good. But I think fantasy running backs, you have to be on a good team.
Yeah. Yeah. Minnesota is at the 49-yard line, down by 3 with 7 minutes in the fourth. If they score the touchdown, obviously they'll go up by 4, which is more than 3.5, which is what we predicted. Let's see how that unfolds. Maddie, last question to you. If I said to you, top 3 defenses in the league, who would you tell me?
Ooh, Tampa Bay's got to be up there right now. I would say. Yep.
All right.
Buffalo can make a statement for that too.
All right.
We'll see what they do today to Lamar, and we'll see. And then I don't know about Dallas with Michael Parsons. They're probably top 5, top 10, but they might be somewhere up there, but let me see.
Let me throw this in. Right. Here's my theory on this. The Giants defense will do better against a mobile quarterback. I know that sounds dumb.
Oh,
with Ozzy's back.
You know who I'm going to say?
Go ahead, Matty.
It's going to be Jacksonville. And I think Jacksonville could be the number 1 defense, to be honest with you. I've been talking about Jacksonville's defense, and we'll see what Jacksonville does today. I think they're going to stem Philly. There is a case for them to win the game outright. I would like to see it. If that does happen, then the alarms will sound in the NFL. That'll be fun.
So let me spew this. The Giants with Azeez Ojulari back and Kayvon Thibodeau and the guys that they have are speed. A lot of speed guys. We're going to do better with a quarterback that gets out of a pocket. Like, in other words, the toughest time the Giants had, the rookies had, was, whenever he stayed right in that pocket, when he would step up into it, it was impossible. Dexter Lawrence, somewhat, but without, what's his name, Leonard Williams, we were getting no pressure. Today, if he decides to get out, Justin Fields decides to just run a lot and get out of the pocket, throw on the run, the Giants are going to do better. We're going to have sacks. We're going to accumulate sacks. I'm telling you, it's just how it's going to work out.
I have the Giants in my DFS lineup today. I'll just let you know right now, for the price point and because Fields hasn't proven anything yet, I think they're a good bet. I'd say for the third defensive team, I think, Maddie, I was thinking Jacksonville too, but I think it could very well be the team they're playing today, Philly. That defense.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
They're the best in the league after week 1.
What I think about Philly's defense compared to Jacksonville's defense is, well, not just the defenses, but what Philly's going to want to try and do is they're going to try and run the ball. You cannot run against this Jacksonville defense. And I think you're going to see success with Jacksonville running on Philly. So I don't know if Jacksonville straight up wins this. I love them with the spread. I think that's probably one of the best games, if not the best game of the day. I love Jacksonville this year.
You know what, though? You're going to have a real slobber knocker of an ugly game of defense, I think, with the Giants and Bears. Just those two teams.
Absolutely.
And the Giants are wearing the uniforms. They're wearing the goddamn uniforms. They're wearing the blue. Like, I like the white out on Monday night, but the Giants don't wear white at home. They don't ever wear white at home. They wear blue. Blue, blue, blue. So
they did this last game, right?
Yeah, but they wore white, wearing blue. We're wearing the blue helmets and jerseys. Last week was the white jerseys, the color rush. This is old school Giants blue jerseys with the blue helmets that don't match the same color. I can't fucking wait to see the defense swarm. The only thing, Ray, that I'm upset about, can I tell you the truth, is watching numbers like 5 and 2 and whatever playing defense. Still can't stand it. When I see a guy wearing number 3s down as a lineman, I want to gag. You know what I mean? Why do they have to do that? Why do they allow them to pick any number they wanted? When did numbers become like you couldn't like be prejudiced against numbers? No. You could be any number you want. It's like, no, they did it for a reason, to track people, for crap's sakes. Right?
Yeah. And it's tougher for quarterbacks, that's for sure. If you're at the line of scrimmage and you're looking at numbers quick, I mean, obviously you're closer, you can see the size, but you see a number 6 standing up, you're like, all right, normally that's a safety, you know?
You'd never throw to a 50. Anybody in the 50s? No. Anybody in the 70s? No. Right? 90s? No. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm never going to like it. How about that? Maddie, any last words?
Last words? Yeah, I got some last words.
Uh-oh.
Good luck.
Attaboy, Ray?
Minnesota's on the 1-yard line, it looks like.
Oh, Dalvin. Tell me, Dalvin.
Down 22-19.
Tell me, Dalvin. I'll hold on for a second. Tell me,
How much time left, brother?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. 4:15.
Dude, I got many in my survivor pool.
Come on,
There's
Dalvin.
15 of us left. There's 15 of
Dalvin's
us
in
left,
there.
but there's one kid who, like me, took the worst teams in the league up to this point. So he took Minnesota last week. So if I win with Minnesota this week,
touchdown. Who scored? Dalvin. Tell me it's
Is it
Dalvin.
Dalvin?
Has to be. I just saw a touchdown go up on the screen. Who scored it? Has to be Dalvin. Here it is, right here. Up the middle, play in progress. Boom, touchdown. Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. He ran it. He ran it in.
But you know what? They're going to cover. They're about to cover
yet.
by 4.
knock on wood. Let's see. Knock on wood.
All right, guys. I'm going to put the rest of the picks up on the site. And happy betting in fantasy football to everybody else. I want to say for Brother Ray, for Mashadamas M1, Mr. Never Left, it is me, Mike Lever, King Michael. This was Legit Fantasy Football, brought to you by LegitPodcast.com. Tonight at 7:05, we have Legit Paranormal with me, myself, and Buddy Thayer. Tune in for that. Guys, we will talk to you again on Thursday, and there's actually going to be a short half-hour show on Tuesday night from 8 to 8:30. anybody here is involved and is invited to come. It's just going to be an NFL weekend reaction show. We're not going to break down games. We're just going to give our reaction of what just happened in that weekend from the gambling and a fantasy perspective. It's like a fallout show, and we'll make it quick, but we'll get people points and we'll set them straight. Ray, your thoughts?
Is this like a therapy session?
Yes, it's almost like it's why, what happened? Why did it happen? We try to figure it out. Because I was sitting there on a Tuesday, every Tuesday, right? And I say to myself, what the hell happened? Like, what's going on? And I want to talk to you guys. It's almost like I want to get it on the show because it's like, that's actually where I'm at my most. What the fuck just happened? Like, and I need to talk it out. So I'm going to do a quick half hour. You guys are welcome to join me. We're going to be adding much things. So I mentioned everybody else's name and myself, my bald head, and my good looks. Enjoy your day. I'm going to go use my Bill Belichick sweatshirt to have some pancakes. And I'm done.